na che say ya concentrate on de wo ho for nyame adom echina ne dida ye nim no ken for the first time our competition we history since 1955 PSG and the first club wako UEFA Champions League final and now then European Cup final what's any opponent goal margin 5 e bin sida the first time a PSG ayes a record no a game obi bi odi na nishe bi ehun say PSG dominate Inter Milan and won't be in questions ade no Inter Milan supporters are disappointed in the club because of performance omutimi de ma team a friend say Inter Milan omambo omo homoden by PSG mum am a 5-star performance na no Saturday. So in as much as Inter Milan fans nani anje the performance no ken the 5-star performance of PSG any ade na me pese me concentrate on na me acknowledge PSG bobuko no na me hwe adwuma Luis Enrique ne boys no etimi aye every aspect of the game every details bibia na ewo game nim bia no it was all about PSG Football Club. Saturday you analyze the game no me catch you say PSG for be dominate game no na Luis Enrique at the 7 key elements ano use ediama PSG a se okora game bi as 7 key elements no the dominate your opponent and 7 key elements no possession, pressing, fluidity and dynamism, attacking channels, wide play, positional flexibility and a direct play. So now no Saturday so we PSG boboko na 7 key elements no and one no mu use ya the dominating Inter Milan boboko no and board na witness say no say Inter Milan any PSG no de na okrabo no ye better na ye PSG boboko no de na on krabo or ye better na ye PSG boboko no so with the ball without the ball na nyina no akwa ye PSG boboko no so na no nsema na obi e kan ye say akwa one-sided game ye PSG nkwa na ebobo no ken ye break game ne down Inter Milan for no ye boboko a enfa hu say omo ye defensive oriented team omo pese omo gibe obi on pese omo build it from the back na me kasha nyankopon anyimonyam say ade ma PSG for ni show omo bebrebe no enye se PSG attack na omo attack na omo ye ade sunku by how a PSG for a defend ye and ma PSG for break you omo team no so PSG e win is 5 goals no based on how a no omo defend enye ade change ye Inter for ni gibe oni bia ken on pese omo build it from the back na build omo build it from the back no eyi omo hia time omo hia space no omo dia build it from the back so the moment I be share Inter Milan na on be struggle bia say omo time ni space no omo chiro omo so ye share game na se keno be kai a PSG for na di kan pass ye PSG for pass ye na omo ball ni ko through our Inter Milan for half ye share game na say the first second PSG ball no ball ni ko through na the game plan no omo person omo change Inter Milan for ne say omo ma Inter Milan form build it from the back omo the pressure be su omo so team e friend say PSG decided say omo be come man to man high pressing and some man to man high pressing no intensity and a commitment and player no only the pressing I am the hybrid role Dembele and so be can now no Kumasi City more at the time Dembele could two bit said the okwa true me kana press it abra no target yansoma na Dembele akoto no be kasa na kwan be so na Dembele fa so press no na how yakasa ono na lead the press no so adia me hu say PSG for decide somebody and say omo ma PSG for Inter Milan for him feel comfortable on the ball so Dembele operate as a hybrid player in terms of pressing and what's the oppressing yansoma no oppressing Abrante friend say Bastoni that was the job of Dembele then again Abrante friend say Doué ebe press Achebi Kvaratskhelia ebe press Pavard Hakimi Ashraf ebe gina Di Marco so na Nuno Mendes eso gina Danzel so the plan of PSG was to press team a friend say Inter Milan o man kasa half mpacho ko wanim o man kasa half that was the plan ya assign play bia say obi engine obi aso so team a friend say PSG for Inter Milan for ain't me build it from the back omo feel comfortable yan so ma ehwe left player no original left no Di Marco oni space ho ye close Di Marco se ocha right ye Danzel na ya close no in fin for na was ye locate you omo no PSG for midfielders no abake up the press enti yenso matunity a nanim ho Achebi Pava Bastoni ye press yo mo ontimi mfa ball ne nkomo mo ohwe lefter Dimarco ye press no ohwe righter ye press Danzel infinfin ho Chanoglu Barella ye press yo mo so the only option for Abrante friend say eye goalkeeper no Yansoma was to play long balls and long balls no how many players our PSG have eye just two forwards sa two forwards no eye Lautaro Martinez and Thuram Lautaro Martinez in terms of high balls onye the best. So player ye ball long ball was here corner hono eye Thuram. And anytime you mbele okweti Thuram biano, na PSG for the three players are close down Thuram. So kin Thuram eje ball nano, ubehu Pacho, ubehu Marquinhos, ubehu Joao Neves. No matter how close Abrante friends to Thuram. So game no, Thuram lose a lot of possession. So some ball long ball ne ko Thuram ha. Three key players from PSG closing down Thuram. Say see no me lose balls no. That was the reason why na PSG for Emma Inter Milan for kwan. Inter Milan for about 45 long balls. Sa 45 long balls no, emun 49% na ya accurate. Dia kan ni no mo say no. So easily say see na PSG for lose possession. Say see na ball ne say see Inter Milan for because of how na PSG for air press your man to man. Intensity then commitment. Say to dem impokra na PSG for no Inter Milan for need to me breaki eba mfimfin wa. Players on one fin for Inter Milan say on be control game no. On be distribute balls no. On be create chances ediama Inter Milan team no. Eye Chanoglu, Barella, and Mkhitaryan. And also so PSG decided say on use a structured block. Structured block eye say who defend here or structure be at the best stop. And also so Luis Enrique on fin decided say bon be mfimfin a ye use structured block. Ye be command to man. So PSG for no e man market Inter Milan for no mfimfin wa. Chanoglu ejebo na onhu bebi odebeko ade so ohwe okoneti ohwe the left and also ohwe the right so game ne be wie no na backward passes and Inter Milan for abono eye bebre sideways passes eye bebre ken wey eye the full pitch hwede PSG die Inter Milan obi ama mark obi abako wey full pitch. There was a proper plan from Luis Enrique. Player or PSG players no obi ama mark Inter Milan for players ne bako. So Inter for enye comfortable with the ball. A high pressing, intensity, then commitment. When your friend collaborative defending, that was the reason why at the end of the 90 minutes, you be Inter Milan say on shegu. On nya chances ni bebre because of how Inter Milan for PSG for defending. Big ups to Luis Enrique. So obe kai picture bi ba abonten. At the time an Mbappe wo PSG. Luis Enrique Mbappe to na o kire ne kwan ye fa so e press eno kwan ye fa so defend enu bi na odi aye PSG team no enu bi na odi aye PSG team no so hwe kwan omu nyina fa so defend hwe kwan omu nyina fa so e make sure so mbe ka bom no me defend in numbers so ade abu omu pa na ye hawa omu limit Inter Milan for omu press omu show commitment omu show that intelligence omu press ni ye well calculated and coordinated. PSG for now, my Inter Milan for no, and feel comfortable with the ball. No goal, 2 shots on target, 1 big chance. We're not just we nullify your team no. We because we're making sure so we press your man we miss our home na on bet me the crab no. And we know me and him say one team of boy efe se bo ni kura no nimbo. Otimi control game no, otimi attack pa no e PSG bobuku no. And PSG for chere say obetimi attack through counter. Obetuma attack through omo passing sequence. So anytime be a PSG for be chance some be attack bia no a fluid structure. Sa fluid structure no e boa mo emo mutimi nya positional interchange. Sa positional interchange de ken picture yam dia to so hwe. Formation na e bae no na enye Dembele na obeka se o operate on number 9 rule. But mo attack ya Kvaratskhelia timi be hye ho. Dembele timi ko left, Doué timi ko right, Doué timi move ko left, otimi be mfin. There is player positional interchange. Omo timi interchange ana P Inter for no omo petima omo defend bi omo per man mark. So enam say PSG for no eye fluid omo timi interchange easily omo timi extend the pressure no omo dia break omo timi no and omo midfielders no etimi support because 3 midfielders ni no in terms of early technicians no omo ye bia most especially Abrante friend say Vitinha and Vitinha being the orchestra e wo timi friend say PSG ono na je ball opeganity a yenko high movement yenko low movement mami nyusu say mami change direction enti ball ni nyina so mo attack a Abrante friend say Vitinha no anu be gyina so a on na be make sure say obe control game no e dey ma team friend say PSG bobuku no enti PSG for team no how we rotate here twa mo front three no mo de sha ase no Kvaratskhelia shegu Doué Eshebi Dembele out 2 assists so the front three no mo na sha ase no obi involved in terms of goals we and your chance a team structures no adwuma e got to a time omo use omo passing sequence omo de be create omo timi use counter no mo they are breaking Inter Milan team no so in terms of set pieces collective play everything about this game tactical standpoint collective BM team friend say Inter Milan na omo ntimi ngina PSG bobuku no and you talk of individual brilliance apart from tactics we collective play ni team work too individual brilliance na PSG for ne sa was rubebre ese team friend say Inter Milan chobi to say Doué akraketwe receive ball odane ne ho obetwon untimi predict no no their creative space e their man teammate
na what drama so say loyalty so ya dia killing into team no because normal 2 players will team no more pra but once a players pra coach no wogidie wonu ma kan obeti e dey ntima Lautaro Martinez da so gina ball no me bobo no bi
Ken
Dimarco dey ntima na obobo no bi these are players omo nyina no omo nya fit but it's the Champions League final on be pressure coach say ombobi but who say nenye
game na me witness here Sanka Inter Milan for credit use 14 players for PSG be show
Nkasele emfa
fana na emfa because ye bobo ken ye kase team bi nya total dominance
but once say first goal is Sanya Mabibre now no say make say PSG say first goal mission Bibre because PSG she go enye den na wasen ahye wa wo be peka na ye den ate de ene obegu team no kra nti omo she but international first goal na nka be ma game ni mo ayede
and ball now omo sha ase no plan was clear me say obi apon san kohwe full match ni bi me kra ma adwan ba so after the game na me sa kohwe game ni bi referee ni ball na ben ano ana omo ball ne ko through e wo pie Inter for ne half yes referee ni ball the first thing na science no was
the science was clear but Simone Inzaghi na me ginidi no me wan say even second half omo ba na order so ne wa ma chebe ne Bastoni pass from the back say omunya go kick ba just na menti omo say
omo sa bo ne longer
there be omo because say o long na we players ni na through half na mo call long sa na so bono obo ne first half anyeye ne long o ko nyina ye say ye locate to ramen ko
that was omo game plan na one
so and Pavard so odine be gina game no Pavard boy ontime mo we pra ena ba ko no so ba ya no so Inter the answer
PSG na no deserve sa credit
and say award na the man na pay your friend say
Tapri odio
okay
yes on na was
Prako no so but we the answer is on Prako na wokruma ne bi akese ne bi modern mono from pa na de na de anya bi a mo de che Prako omunim say chief mate
Nkofo
number ta ko yesa ko ayi asa ade enye no ana na coach asa de Prako ne man
ade hawa na
enye sa bebre me gina mama nipa bebre
ene kwa me gina mu mo say de also come
you know me share game na me witness na individual brilliance Doué excellent Vitinha calmness no Kvaratskhelia can the work rate attack on defense
na bakola kra na so she be 3 goals
na game na we so mo say 9
na so mo say 9
yes omo me say 4 key chances but there why you human nyina no e Luis Enrique
oh yes that man
team ana nipa so amani agem amano pa no e Marquinhos
okay
won say Marquinhos buy no oni Blaise Matuidi mo time omo nyina afro you know mame go PSG for aba so omo deserve vote
Luis Enrique enam na no win no wouldn't say no me stories and me compare dey no kwa you Chelsea or Babedu Barcelona e prate poto no who say obeka so do o ye bedi ho nkomo ha na ofi no ha na bisasa akwai o call ye no mo sesen and also on say joining bisa no say asisen oh when anima one shouldn't show sign bia
on one in fact I remember that day
me part away close to 2 years ago
yeah
aya Barcelona na wako interview to ball mo and say niam ono beka so pe no omunyama no
ono open freedom
na ono aye ni team wa
hyehyɛ ni team
nkofo so beka se da bia
Chelsea the yenye ne so person
so
but question
here a very good coach
oh kin
she team na odema Barca Emma J.
2015 Champions League.
Wouldn't say even first half of the season and say no. Na time I'm messing in them and Suarez mo come.
Omo pikia.
No omushia short. Say ebina washisha wa no.
Oh no, okay. Let me continue with what you said. 2015 Barcelona did not start well. After Champions League, omo the 15th to a league table this one. They did not start well. Omo first 5 games, omo lose miensa, omo win Bako. Bako was the Girona last minute on goal from Girona 4 and omo share. So in the group stages, PSG were struggling. Now, you see, the mama pe PSG team no say. The last time the Moose team be air dominating or be from crank to crank, Barcelona versus Manchester United. They see Alex Ferguson hope. Also that game, it was a total dominance game.
Oh, almost 35 minutes. Yeah. United one
when they said
Katachi be firm.
Katachi. At that game, Barcelona ball bear 16 shots, 8 of them. 12 of them and they on target. Manchester ball 1 shot on target. That was the goal. Almost say.
Yes.
It was a dominance game. But wait, it's Barcelona the anymore.
We are not such a Barcelona no.
This could have been 10, 12. Come on, any different.
Na emkrano mu free chiri ba no kra. Akwa the crowd World Cup run your besianji.
Share. At minute 80. Na a 4-0. And a Dumfries foul ball be counter attack. 4-0. And a Kivicha Kvaratskhelia dreamy free him free giddy. Obesane permanent ball need free him. Then a 4-0 80th minute ya pon on a normal day could be abijai akwana sprint be yi ball need free him. Said Denzel Dumfries so when Timmy mo ball na it was because of the work rate of Kivicha Kvaratskhelia. Nuno Mendes has been a better left back in the second half of the season, not because he's extremely good, but because of the work rate of Kivicha Kvaratskhelia. Abra, Yewura, knockout stages. PSG ni Liverpool bobo. Ye game no. Na PSG about 24 shots. Liverpool ball 2 pe. Na Liverpool a show 1-0. Ewo Paris. 1-0 ewo Paris. Then right after the game, Dembele, Kivicha, boys in Luis Enrique, omu nyina so mo ba be she Liverpool at Anfield. That time Liverpool pizza no mesi bobo. Whoever thought, look at the confidence say Liverpool a be she wo fie 1-0. Who ba Anfield or say me ko akoshe Liverpool. They went to Anfield. The rest is history. Washa Arsenal back to back. Go for na ball na o mo ball no. Ken, a boa possession wom, yan pressing wom, yan take counter pressing a wom. Inti, the man has built a very, very good team. Look, last year, na obien himself PSG for Beko finals. I'm not for refi. Bayern Munich ne Real Madrid ne nebo semi-finals. Na PSG ne Dortmund. Obien himself PSG for qualify finals. Me boa. Last year, I had the same Luis Enrique. Na ni team no na yehye midfielder Vitinha, Zaire Emery, Fabien Ruiz. Na eni wo no Ousmane Dembele, Kylian Mbappe and Bradley Barcola. Na me nyina in fact na nyame nko a nipa dodo na felt to say we're going to have a final of Paris Saint-Germain of or anase bia PSG versus Madrid anase Bayern Munich. Only for us to go to the final, PSG for lose. He got criticized. It was normal because PSG in Dortmund, Obianim said Dortmund will be eliminated, but it did not happen that way. And I'm coming, you could come afi PSG for Beshi Timwa. Okoto, Joao Neves say Ombe replaces Zaire Emery ewo midfield wo. Mbappe eko. Yenfa desire do Emra. In January, yenkover Kivicha Kvaratskhelia Emra. Ken Nkofo no, they've had better team than Inter Milan right from minute 1. Omo decided some press Inter Milan. Na Inter phone to me mo. Hwe ade a me blame coach ne kakra and say, "Me kan twem na me kan me next issue." Inter Milan no money born in Barcelona. Ken, be ba cho me boa. Inter ne Barca, they weren't a better team than Barcelona. But Abra game in the year, then Inter Milan for year Barcelona struggled. They decided to go for long balls. Inti oyi Francesco Acerbi se ko jina nim hobi. Inti ball on ball tum. Barcelona were struggling for those air balls. It got to some point in time, I felt to say the 3-back was not necessary. Now was almost starting to say more call long. Because clearly Marquinhos and William Pacho no more struggle, and especially now PSG 4 team no midfielders ni entia. What was the point? 2-0 we are down. You buy a stress. I mean come on some for from. Can me pamucho any die mu say me who say from a nakoya France for no as a nation or my fan say a project for Dembele for Ballon d'Or.
Dembele Ballon d'Or no dey. Baby e keka ko no dey.
Me who say a project.
Once ro mo see ye no.
I've seen it. Say a project for the French guys.
When was the last time a Frenchman GB?
Oh, Benzema.
Yeah, carry send enche Benzema.
But say Obobo France one day. And the way so no a campaign from the French guys and campaign from Real Madrid.
Madrid for so shechi.
Oh, me shechi. Na de metimia can say Pemi experience with the Ballon d'Or. Me patron come me nimu be di anya we are some be anya emotion asem be a. Me pese me no din komo be kakra. Pemi experience with the Ballon d'Or. Ken, normally from August to December, na players a tabo within and your money Ballon d'Or. Last year, player being on no nimbo from August to December. Mama for the last season, cry a change Jude Bellingham. Mebwa when Jude Bellingham started his career at Real Madrid, he was all over. Those players are not close to him. Maybe Americans at that time need to Cruz feel for him more. But you are February no, and a Vinicius Junior Pejai. That time no Rodrigo was goes Manchester City for Cascante. Rodrigo Cascante. He was just an ordinary player of Manchester City team anymore. But the heroes and necessary bia. Me can you see so dia say? Afi ye start season no. Na nkomo no gina Salah so. Na gina Kylian Mbappe so. Na gina Rafinha so. Me boa. Okay. You read the second part of the season. Every Salah, Mbappe, Rafinha, eba be di Pedri, Lamine Yamal, Dembele so. None of the three players now you bought in the first half of the season, and they ran the second part of the season. It is a say, in Komono, Pedri sounds way from Ababeya, Lamine Yamal, and a Dembele. Now, this is where the situation is going to be. Watch this. Say, I can't Nations League. Enche yebe starti semi-finals na yo. And as answer the Club World Cup. Unfortunately for Lamine Yamal, diaka obetinya ye bibi ewiase nyina be kai no the Nations League. Dembele advantage you want to say obebo Nations League as answer about the Club World Cup.
But Nations League ebetimenya bibi won because Nations League say this is a be all.
You do say me.
All about club football.
Debbie Abrafo na Europe for Nations League in India. In any case, semi-finals na Germany, Portugal,
Confederations
Spain.
Cup.
But I say
Confederations Cup they say
Ken Nations League or
Europe we Confederation in team so. Champion about Champions League every.
Oh, last year. Enya Euro so in Lamine Yamal. And na Rodrigo Cascante came for Mudin Ballon d'Or no mu.
Because in the
tournament. Season Phil Foden played well.
Because a major tournament.
I understand. But Nations League, I want more to abano.
Okay.
I want Feniagro. So 2 major tournaments. But the advantage Dembele, I want to say, Dembele bebo Nations League nibi. Or bebo the Club World Cup nibi. Inti Dembele as at this stage, our advantage than the rest of his colleagues. However, now watch this. In common na me pesa mini among Foden say, Dembele no. Yeah, the numbers never judge na say yeah the day never judge born akasa born never judge.
Omo jeni na never judge no. Waje treble or perform year or someone numbers.
Okay. Numbers, Rafinha was 34 goals this season. Dembele was 33 goals.
33.
33.
One goal.
Assist 22 for Rafinha, 13 for Dembele.
Okay.
Okay. So in terms of numbers, say numbers na ye dey be ya. We na so. And I want to find to switch because say a numbers game with dia, then Rafinha is a bit ahead of Dembele. But this is where the problem is. Barcelona are not projecting Rafinha.
Omo Lamin eba, omo de Yamin eba, de keka kone.
So aye Lamin dia, then numbers de Dembele the numbers nation baby. Because the only argument in favor of Lamine Yamal is a ball nankasa ball, which I say is a ball nobody. Lamine a ball ni change Dembele baby.
So you're surprised even Due to Lamine.
I know there is disrespect to Lamine Yamal. Omo mo yesa no. I think a complete disrespect to Lamine Yamal.
Some of the young player no.
Oh come on, Lamine Yamal we try young player. Obi all pray for Ballon d'Or. On say omo person mo argument. Say krano Lamine Yamal and Ben Dembele. Name Lamine Yamal should go and compete with Desire Doe. It is a complete disrespect to this guy.
I didn't make a complete disrespect.
Can it season way yen share ball. Season way yen share ball.
Do it so perform against Liverpool.
Okay. Me say
these are big games.
Season ni mo Lamine
the final.
Lamine has been a better
overall better player.
If so crowd be say Lamine Yamal design, I think it is complete disrespect to Lamine. It is not, the problem is that Lamine Yamal is chasing for the Ballon d'Or. Unfortunately,
chasing for the young. This is almost starting.
Me pamucho enye no asem. Say the myanka say me nkomo no say eba numbers a na asesa nkomo no de ko ball. Say eba ball so no asesa ko de ko numbers. Me say e numbers any e ma Dembele dia. Rafinha has better numbers than him. Me ba what I say a ball no so ball no mo pese e di ho nkomo dia. Then I will say Lamine Yamal has played better than him, but ni nyina mu no Dembele won den e che mu mienu because he has won the Champions League.
Me does say
and now Osanso Club World Cup Osanso Nations League na asema make can dey chat one say say Mbappe ya ni din ya out so ko Club World Cup na o the Real Madrid je na o ji goal kini wo ho
o de omoje dia
Club World Cup no
na ye hwe ball na me hu say the celebrate one ball na o share first goal no Hakimi big you we o German ko bele maybe so say Mbappe anko bede
obe pass
the bi obe bafa no
Mbappe ade we last year hwe ode ma interest na
big so actually
me question na me be say no person we ya no ma say Mbappe ekoje Club World Cup
enye
oh me more scenario
ene dia mam kra ode jai
are na mbem
o G Nations League je ningi na hwe mam ensesa
and that's sampa
or you go king
no road last or no dey je
Mbappe
the last part of the
na nti wo ya
sikin me pa mucho ye beto aba no a
Mbappe na
recency bias ko
French Football Federation na no omo se Mbappe na ombo Dembele
and na me say we to visa Mbappe be yes Mbappe wa 43 goals this season
nti Mbappe ntimi ka say
no I am creating a scenario to wa 43 goals this season our numbers chance our boys were able
but why go for Joe Carres mo
oh David team pa cho say on leg no bon pa cho ti o Mbappe our numbers a chance our boys ni nyina but the reason why we are not mentioning Mbappe is that one funny team na nya hwe na me say our window bi wo ha sa time na ye ba beto aba which is the Club World Cup into so Real Madrid ko je no ji go king wo ho plus ebi our Nations League sanso gia ye wa ha hu di be
ene me da say Biggie Saudi o ba bia mo na
can as we speak the I am for Dembele
as we speak na se na ye kasa na se me na okay
I said I make see idea
ada da foforo bi be ba ma wase san wadwen
say aba no nye sisi ana ye beto no
okay
nti ye bebo ada matches ne tournament aka ho
kwa me se ntwentwen so na
e bia na bia kwa kwasesa
and others in the conversation bi aba say Mbappe timi kwaje Nations League san kwaje Club World Cup wabama na the one that do be bam sisi ye ntese
ken obabam because
obetima be
udi Dembele ne Mbappe si won ma Mbappe mo du change Dembele o ni mo du change Dembele in the football world. It is Mbappe. Enya numbers kakra bia na so nya achievement bi ka ho a. It puts him in a better place
so
than
you think
Dembele.
say France for no best so madrin on Mbappe or mo project Mbappe for Ballon d'Or all of a sudden you say yakwaje you know masesa no on be sir
E betimi esi.
okay
Kenam Inter Milan and Paris Saint-Germain. Two coaches are respectively building good projects for themselves and the Kokoshia. Ohe Inter Milan project now, the level they have got into. And your coach, friend, says Simeone Inzaghi, and they share this particular project. Onya consistency anytime, and or build the team, no, and Baby do this kind of level. Champions League final, no, that against Manchester City. It is coming here again at this particular stage. Now you want to do a few experience now again, you know, and no, with the same team. Any a chunk of this playing body, so consistency in the Juma because football and pain baby they say oh per results. I am not consistency in the technical team, any consistency in the playing body. Ebuama wa achieve that kind of results. I know so what share. Emma on sati me come near my back. Emma near my sasa. It's now you move to do one few say. And gas consistency na Inter Milan team nenya. Technical team nenya any bibiano. Ebe put you more up there. But unfortunately, and near my sasa our finals anymore. Emma Paris Saint-Germain Bobo no a first timer and so ababa be for the trophy. Can I ba kwa me hu Inter Milan team ne ho ne say uni Inter start game. Now to me holding Inter Milan team ni year and paying bebre no the kind of changes our coach ne be no and times the game nem from Inter. Obi betimi about the game against Barcelona. Fratesi move free bench. Eba be a lot of changes e game them. That is very true. Eventually, almost we need that particular game. But me share Inter Milan team le kito almost siana. A lot of the positions e what park na so no. Say mu ya den na se coach ni ye changes ah. You don't see players are almost equal quality to some who be free no. I can only be confident talking about their defensive line. Nipa mi ensa na ebo akiri hono no. Say who ye change now the Yambiseke ba. Who ye change now the Stefan de Vrij ba. Ababa be chemu. They have the kind of quality betimi match the standards of omo mu free no. But kin say who ye no ni free hono ma. Look at their midfield. When things were difficult, I can't tell no glue film no. Aslan in Ebem. Aslan the performance enya convincing. And better no glue there no. Etibana obebem no emfa difference bi an so ncha da ma. Who ye player a friend is a Dimarco film. Who is coming in? Dumfries in Freeman. Who is coming in? Omo any mu hono no. Lautaro Martinez enya fit. But coach decided so obebonu because emrantie mienu na te bench as strikers no. Oni Gideon was amrantie mienu ni mu. Marco Arnautovic, Mediterranean. These are good players from clubs and wom. And on Bepiemu Inter Milan. But mo ba ye no, ene man ko ye mfa ma omo. Enti the Inter Milan team aye hu ye no. Just hold them and hold them very well. Utimi hold them no man a good gamer. And paying baby omo be free bench beba no. And add a lot of quality to the squad. And an only play advantage to the Paris Saint-Germain team. Me kan say on Saturday no. Bona ye kwa he no. Inter Milan attack from the flanks. And who pe player ba kwa, why it difficult to beat if you are flanksman this season e Nuno Mendes. It would when you better don't fry so. On to me more my own to achieve the intended success. Paris Saint-Germain in every department of the game almost stop your flanks in the way, you know. How appear Inter Milan team be attack centrally. Omo make sure say Hosombe stop your move because the ball they quack of Finfi one marking this season in the Champions League. Player why a lot of tackles say won Finfi. Jao Neves. And obe stop you won Finfi. It's at the end of the day. Channel be out be attack be any problem be bro untimi nyadwuma. And we team be useless. In Komoya meeting in Anakin, a center on one person. Coacha, your friend is Luis Enrique. Or no necessary idea about Soboni in Amano. Paris Saint-Germain. Oh, deserve it. Paris Saint-Germain started a project since Akata Sports Investment go to team in 2011. Can almost to team no, almost has here to talk big name players. Somebody bat him. At that time, no more football for entertainment purposes. Any attention. Players are no more mobile. From Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Thiago Silva, Javier Pastore, Ezekiel Aversi, any host of other players, big name players, Di Maria, no money idea. No more say so more mobile. No more pay the world's attention to say the Saudi Arabia for no. Your top players naba. Now we are seeing Genia by so. It's almost yes, Saudi no more attention new year, and I feel almost a derby. They have to do football business. Yanko Lionel Messi. Yanko Neymar Junior, Yanko Kylian Mbappe, Niem Fanamra. No more me boy, na football business na fei. Yantimi achieve a lot of success, and so continentally because domestically you achieve those successes. And almost fast our players and so do mobile. Almost for a lot of managers and so do mobile. But Nina Niaman Koye. The highest point of Niaman Koye Nina was when Kylian Mbappe was leaving. Kylian Mbappe the club's all-time top scorer, watch it 256 goals, and the Diama Paris Saint-Germain. And the Bisa Luis Enrique say, Kylian Mbappe ɛɛkɔ almost prolific striker ɛɛkɔ sɛsi a ɔbɛyɛ ne den papa ne say ɔno ne few sɛ Kylian Mbappe kɔ a ne team ne bɛyɛ better without Mbappe.
Okay, so that's last
yes last year 2024 February and we make that statement. If you want to man for so more hell me na so say yam yan bi adwembo ne ta akiri eti nipa te akiri
Madrid ye ne bi
and o mo hwe so so betimi aye yama ne ye ni ehwe ade and o mo ja team na ma papa no and na all build the project no domestically no dominate but in the Champions League no mo hwe o mo kra e prepare na ken na ye difficult the amomo it o mo ball first 6 matches e wo group stages nim no na Paris Saint-Germain team na win just 2. He had to take them the last 2 matches in the group phase and on the qualification to the knockout phase and on share Man City or share Stuttgart. The rest has been history. And the young winning nay you will be a dear basso man so I born a home modern I should share a project and papa a friend is Luis Enrique
English teams no share do saying
or share Manchester City and or share group stages Arsenal share no knockout on the share Arsenal home and away and or share Liverpool so
but Sanchez
and then Aston Villa
as England for a show pa
aye where you be enti I feel say Paris Saint-Germain are there they've done extremely well as we speak he's the second manager after Pep Guardiola or the 2 different teams are the treble and Paris Saint-Germain bo boko no em fa won say Champions League no munji bi da no munji continental treble so da and it has been achieved by coach Luis Enrique history ne beko records beba because they are set to be broken. Obi beba beje Champions League ni mienu miensa 9 e dey ama PSG maybe e beba. But history is never going to forget coach Luis Enrique because he was the first man to do it for Paris Saint-Germain when they needed it most.
Me da say aye bigi ba bigi obasia wo na me medin komo kakra me so eche me 2000 no enche kura ebeba sisi obedale star 256 star 3 hash star 256 star 3 hash 44 na wabo but nano yenna nipa ne bi ase ewo Kumase City Mo na enya sem ketwa kra because I want a Champions League final yedi won komo yi eba so because your mantle giant screen enso ho yenu na mobile nyina nyamhira mo manya kwamba minim se games for beba ma so manya time na motime aba mo ho na obekan ho na enya sem ketwa kra against for no bi no bebre na otimu se baabi omo no obia won interest na nano na mehu se sa Champions League final no na emu ebi mo bo for Ballon d'Or a che se mehu ba se ni bi o se derby se PSG lusu se de la me yama beje Ballon d'Or na me say enti reason ti ode support no enti images ni bi na wo hwe you say ye nuanam abrofo ni bi enso eba ho seriously no munya kunwa kra ntena so what you say omo